And as we continue our coverage of this election day, we wanted to actually rewind a little bit, take a look back to how we got to this historic place. And we're going to start on January 6, 2021. That's when Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol trying to block the certification of the 2020 election. After the attack, former President Donald Trump faced a second impeachment and was indicted on criminal charges for allegedly inciting an insurrection. He denies any wrongdoing. President Biden faced several crises overseas in the first months of his presidency. On August 30th, 2021, the U.S. completed its withdrawal from Afghanistan. The operation, you'll recall, was marred with chaos and violence. And while Biden is often blamed for how the situation played out, that withdrawal agreement was actually negotiated between Trump and the Taliban in February 2020. At the same time, the U.S. has been navigating wars in Ukraine and in the Middle East. Now, back on U.S. soil, it was a seismic event on June 24th, 2022. That's when the Supreme Court reversed Roe v. Wade, deciding that the U.S. Constitution does not protect abortion access. By overturning the nearly 50-year-old legal precedent, the justices returned the issue back to the states, and now abortion rights for each of those states are on several ballots today. Now, the presidential race was initially cemented on March 5th, 2024, Super Tuesday. President Biden, former President Trump, they both clinched enough delegate votes to become the nominees for their respective parties. Trump at the time refused to debate any of the challengers during the primary season. That included Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, Chris Christie. Biden, for his part, didn't face any serious challengers. And then on June 27th, Biden and Trump had their first and only presidential debate in Atlanta. This was a turning point for Biden. He blamed a cold and fatigue for poor performance. But in the weeks that followed, the president really faced calls from some of his strongest allies to drop out of the race. And then, about 2 weeks later, on July 13th, the Trump campaign held a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. But that event turned violent when a gunman opened fire at Trump. A bullet grazed his ear. One person was killed and several others were wounded. And this was the first of two potential assassination attempts. Both Democrats and Republicans then called for a tamping down of the rhetoric. Just 1 week later, we saw that social media post that shocked the world. President Biden announcing on July 21st that he was no longer seeking a second term. He endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee. Democrats quickly rallied behind Harris and confirmed her nomination. And then on September 10th, Harris and Trump met for their first and only presidential debate. Harris would later go on to accept a second debate offer from CNN, but the former president declined. Since then, the campaigns have been going fast and furious, and all of that brings us to today. After months of campaigning, Election Day is finally here, and now it is time for us to see what America decides. With around 80 million people already voting early, millions more are headed to the polls at this very moment. And to talk more about the presidential election, I want to bring in the politics editor at Bloomberg News, Laura Davidson. Laura, how's this historic moment going to be recorded in American history?
Well, this, has the potential to be a historic election no matter who wins. Of course, if Harris wins, it is the first black woman to be president. And if Trump wins, it is a rare case where you have a president serving non-sequential terms. But what's more important is what happens after January 20th, where there could be widespread differences in sort of the policies that could be very swift. Trump has pledged to deport millions of immigrants. He's also proposed to impose these very swift tariffs. He's proposed to be very involved in some of these offshore conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East, effectively wanting to, end those immediately. Whether that can be done remains to be seen. Harris represents more of a steady hand. She's proposed change, but more of incremental change, unlike the complete upheaval that Trump has campaigned on.
Well, when we're thinking about history, there have been some elections, especially when we're waiting for results, that really evoke that historic feel. We think about Bush v. Gore and hanging chads. We think about President Obama being the first African-American elected to the presidency. When we're talking about Trump, his record and legal problems would put him in an entirely new category. And we're also thinking about January 6th, of course. So what do the next few days look like, and how might it test the American electorate in a way that is historic and fundamental to our democracy?
So the polls suggest that this race is very close, which means that we could be waiting for days, if not weeks, to get a final result here. Some of these states, Pennsylvania is one key example where the polls show it is basically deadlocked. This could come down to a couple thousand votes either way, which means that we could be waiting for days as these states count these votes, which really presents an opportunity for misinformation, disinformation, and for one side to claim victory prematurely or without evidence, without the data supporting it. And that really has the potential to be a major problem. We saw what happened in 2020 in January 6th of the big lie, the calls here that Trump falsely claiming he won the election spurred his voters into action. There's a lot of concerns from all sides that same thing will happen again. Trump will also fight this throughout the legal system, and he's had a good run of luck in the legal system recently. He has a judicial system that he has helped shape, and that has lots of Democrats worried that potentially he could litigate his way to the presidency.
All right, Laura Davidson, thank you.